first DIY I'm going to be showing you is how to make this super cute Happy Easter sign using a canvas that I got from Target. It is 6x6, and I just printed off this Happy Easter picture off of the internet. You're going to take your image and flip it to the back, and then using your pencil you're going to color in the whole back, making sure that you get every bit of the image. Once you have it all colored in, we're going to just tape the image down using some masking tape, some painter's tape, or some washi tape, and start tracing out the image. You're going to want to use a little bit more pressure than normal, just to make sure that it transfers. Now you can take your image off and see that your image is perfectly transferred over. This is a super awesome hack for those of you that don't have a Cricut but still want to do beautiful decor designs. Now using a paint marker or regular paint, you're going to go over your image. I probably should have used regular paint because the paint marker made it a little too thick, but that's okay. Use what you like. Now since I want this to have like a vintage old look, I'm taking this distress ink, but you can just use brown paint if you want, with a dry brush, and I'm going to brush the edges. I'm going to keep on doing this until it has the antique look that I'm going for. And that's perfect. Now I'm going to take some pink paint and some white paint and mix them together for the perfect pink color. And I'm going to paint in the little ears and the nose. I had to do a couple coats on the ears. Once I was done with that, I took a white paint marker and put a dot on the nose and filled in my A and my R where I colored in too much. This DIY is finished and it came out super cute. Use this hack for any design you want to make. The next DIY is this cute little potted bunny butt, is what I'm calling it. And here's the materials you're going to need. You're also going to need a needle and thread and some stuffing. You're going to cut out 2 rectangles, one in brown or whatever color you want. Mine measured about 5 inches by 4 inches. And then my smaller one measured about 4 inches wide and 2.5 inches. So we're going to fold it in half and we're just going to round the edges to make them like an oval shape. Do the same thing on the small one. Now taking your needle and thread, you're just going to do a running stitch. So put your needle in and then go up, down, and continue this all the way around. I made the mistake of using a very thin thread, so later I changed it to a thicker thread because my thread broke. So keep that in mind when you're using a thicker fabric. So you go all the way around until your starting point. And then take your stuffing and you're going to put a little bit in and pull it tight to close the circle and then sew it shut. And there we go. We're going to repeat the same thing for the smaller one. So just do a running stitch, put it in, up, down, all the way around until you reach the starting point. Put your stuffing in and pull it tight and sew it closed. Now we're going to sew the white pom-pom onto the brown one. So I'm just putting my needle all the way through and then bringing it up all the way back through my white one. Just be careful you don't get your finger, and continue to do that until it's secure. And then I'm cutting out 2 feet shapes that look like this. They measure about 2 inches long and 1 inch wide. And then I need to cut out the same design in the fur. So once I have that cut, it'll look like this. And then I hot glue the black felt to the fur material and repeat on the other one. I gave it a little haircut. And then I cut out these little circles out of pink felt for the toes. I'm pretty sure rabbits have 4 toes. I'm not sure, but I just did 3. And I hot glued those on. Now we're going to hot glue it to the bunny. right underneath that puffy tail. I took these flowers I got from the Dollar Tree and cut them shorter and then stuffed them into my pot. And then glue the bunny into the pot to where the feet are hanging out, and then continued to fill it up with flowers. Gave it another haircut, and it's done. Doesn't this just look so cute? It looks like it's stuck in there. Moving on to our third and final DIY are these little carrots. So here's the materials you're going to need for that. The pattern I made for the carrot folded in half is 2.5 inches wide, 10.5 inches long, and 1 inch wide at the bottom. You're also going to need stuffing for this project. So I cut out 3 and 2 pieces each, and then I only used this fabric right here. And I made this roughly 7 inches by 6 inches. I put them all on top of each other and cut little slits. And when I cut down, I didn't cut all the way to the bottom. I left about 2 inches of space between the bottom and where I stopped. Then I took my carrot pieces and put them right sides touching, and I'm sewing all the way around, leaving the top open. Once I finish that, it'll look like this. And now I'm going to trim all the way around it and turn it right side out. Take my stuffing and start stuffing it. I used the pencil back to help with the stuffing. And then it'll look like this, and I repeated the same thing for the other 2. Then I took the top green fabric and rolled them up, and then I cut 3 pieces of twine, put the top inside the carrot, and just tied this closed. I made sure I double knotted it a couple times so that it was secure, but that's it, and then I repeated the same thing for the other 2. You can glue this or sew it if you want, but I just chose to tie it up. Then I took one final tie and put them all 3 together and tied them together with a bow. And that's it. These are perfect to lay on your shelves or put in a basket or do whatever you want to display them. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you guys like these tutorials, and if you did, please give it a big thumbs up. And if you like my channel, then please subscribe. I'd love to have you. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I hope you have a wonderful day.